Welcome to another Arthritis Help Movement Improvement session where you learn to move differently so you can feel better. I'm Dr. Dave Soper, physical therapist, and today we're going to be talking about strengthening your core, but doing it right from a chair, right when you're sitting. So you don't have to get on the ground, you don't have to do a whole big routine of exercises. So for this exercise, you want to be sitting in a pretty firm chair where you can kind of feel the seat below you. And just to set up, we're just going to kind of slouch. We're going to sit in a nice slouchy position so you can kind of feel like you're sitting back on your tailbone. And then we're going to rise up and feel that we're sitting on the center of our sit bones. And then we're going to arch and go even a little further forward, so that way we're sitting on kind of the front third of the sit bones, even the thighs, and feel that arch in your back. And you're just going to go back and forth a couple of times just to feel that movement. And then I want you to slowly make that movement smaller and then just settle in right into that center so you feel like you're right on the center of your sit bones and you're pushing the chair down and your crown up to the sky. Good. Once you're in that position, all you're going to do is take your hands, you're going to cross your chest, and you're going to maintain this back position. You're not going to let it deviate, and you're going to bow forward, bending at the hips, hinging at the hips, but not rounding your back and not arching your back, maintaining that spine position. So that's where the core exercise comes from, is as we change position, can you slowly and smoothly move without your back changing position, without your back bending or extending. So you want to feel that you're moving forward and moving back. For some of you, this will be quite simple. For others, it might be a challenge. You might find that you come forward some ways and then you want to drop. Or when you come forward, you're trying to lean or lift your chest. Really, you can look in a mirror if it makes it easier, but feel, can you rock forward and then back to center without moving? If that's simple for you and you want to make it a little bit more difficult, you can put your hands behind your head. That's just going to make for a longer lever to make it a little bit more challenging to come down and then come back. Only bend 30 or 40 degrees. You don't want to come all the way down to your lap. We're just going to do 10 of those back and forth, feeling like you're rolling on those sit bones of your pelvis and not bending or not extending. Good. Once you finish that, we're going to come back to that same start position, center. We're going to hold the body and we're going to feel hands on chest, and we're going to go backwards now. So instead of hinging forward, we're going to hinge backwards and then come up. And that's going to make your abdominals do a little bit more work. This is generally more challenging for everyone. You don't want to come back so far that you're lifting your legs, that you're trying to balance, right? You should be feet grounded, go back probably about 20 degrees, and then come forward. You want to make your movement so slow, it should be a 4 count to come down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 4 count to come back, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. The slower you can do it, the better you are. Fast is kind of easier, so don't worry about being quick. And then return. We're going to do 10 of those, and you're really being mindful that when you go back, you're not rounding your back as you come back, or you're not lifting your chest and arching to come back. The back is staying neutral. That's the whole key to this exercise. Come back and return. Slow and smooth. 1, 2, 3, 4, and return. 2, 3, 4. I came back a little fast on that one. Come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and return. 2, 3, 4. Let's do 2 more. We're going to go back. 2, 3, 4, and return. 2, 3, 4. Remember, form is key, so if you lose form, don't go back any further than that. That's as far as you go. Don't push yourself. If all of this is simple and you want to make it a little harder, you can do this with your hands behind your head, and you'll just do the same thing. Go back, 2, 3, 4. Once the legs come up, you've gone too far, and then forward, 2, 3, 4, back to your starting position. So that's a great core exercise for the forward and backward directions of your spine. Now we're just going to work a little bit side to side. So we're going to come back to that start position. We're in the center of those sit bones. You're going to ground your right sit bone into the chair, and you're going to tilt your body over that right sit bone so the left one comes up in the air, but your body's not going to bend. And it's not going to bend in either direction. So you're going to lean onto that sit bone. Your body's just going to move like a board, like if it was a tree falling over, just like that, and come back. Okay? And you want to put the hands across the chest so you don't push and come back. You want to take a 4 count to get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and return, 2, 3, 4. For some of you, you might feel like you're going to sink into the opposite side, or you might tilt over with the head. The body's up nice and tall, crown to sky, maintaining position, 2, 3, 4, and return, 2, 3, 4. Let's do one more together, 2, 3, 4, and return, 2, 3, 4. We'll just do the same thing on the other side. Find your start position, ground your sit bone, cross your arms, tip over to the left, 2, 3, 4. I was kind of breaking a little bit, 2, 3, 4. I caught myself. So we want to come up, push that sit bone into the chair to make it strong. So it's pushing down and supporting you, rising up as you go. If you find that you start to sag one way or another, don't go beyond that point. Just go up to that point and then return slowly. And as you progress through this exercise, you'll get better and better, and then you'll be able to go further. But don't try to go further until your body has figured out how to make that happen. 2, 3, 4. Good. If you do 10 of those in every direction, then you can get a nice core workout in for all directions of spine control in just a couple of minutes, anywhere, anytime, without having to go to the gym or get down on the floor or doing anything fancy. It'll be super healthy for your back and super strong for your muscles. So I hope that helps you. Give that a try, see how it feels, and I will be back with you next week with a whole new video teaching you how to move differently so you can feel better. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you yourself for taking the time to do something good for you. So long, everyone.